This episode was made possible by my generous supporters on Patreon. Welcome to my new patron this week, Team Z. Z. Z? Z. Z?
God is dead! Welcome to you all to our
read through
to our to Manga Mosaic. Welcome to you all to Manga Mosaic. We're not doing another shot. My name is Maciek.
And my name is Asia.
And we have just read the first 4 chapters, basically the jumpstart run of MASHLE, Magic and Muscles by MASHLE, Magic and Muscles by Hajime Komoto. That's right.
Mo. Do I start?
So what's the manga about?
Okay, so the manga is about a very strong muggle in a Harry Potter world, which is not a Harry Potter world.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it's very similar to Harry Potter world. There's for example Dumbledore and McGonagall, whose names are not Dumbledore and McGonagall, but they are.
I have written out names of all the characters, but I forgot to do it for Dumbledore and McGonagall because that's basically what we're going to call them.
It starts when some old guy and a boy are living in a hut in the forest.
In a cabin in the woods.
Yes, this boy turns out to be a very strong person that cannot use magic, but the world is ruled by magic.
Yes, so that's kind of the first difference from the series of books. It parodies. Magic is the norm, and it's not a hidden world.
Magic is not a norm, apparently.
Yeah, and apparently they kill all the kids that I think they do at least. When Mash, because that's the boy's name, when he goes out to the town and it turns out that he hasn't got a magic mark on his face. I think the police notices him, and for some reason they want to arrest him, just beat him up or outright kill him.
It's because he doesn't use magic and he uses strength,
muscles.
Yeah, muscles. Because at first he wants to pay for some cakes or something with broken coins that he bends in his hand.
Yeah, because he gets so excited. But don't worry. Then he stretches them out, straightens them up.
And then a policeman, I don't know, bumps into him or something when he is eating the cakes.
The jelly donuts.
Something, yes. And I think he made his uniform dirty, and that's why.
Oh, I see.
Something like that, and he wants to. The Mash wants to wash the clothes.
But he rips it off.
Yes, strips the policeman of his uniform, basically.
That's what he does.
And somewhere around this time, there is this guy
called Brad Coleman.
Yeah, who is interested in this boy because I think he notices that he doesn't use magic, just strength.
Then he wants to kill him.
Yeah, and he wants to kill him.
For some reason.
But the father rescues Mash from them in the city, and
Yeah, when they come back, he scolds him, but as usual, when he scolds him, Mash says that okay, Dad, I learned my lesson, and he says, oh, he's so amenable.
Yeah.
That's I guess the running gag that's all around the first chapter.
And the guy somehow traces them back to their woods.
Yeah, then he fights Mash with magic,
Yeah.
and Mash just slaps all the magic away that supposedly killed the dragon. Then he starts dribbling a ball of magic. It's a manga that's very similar to Mob and Meteor Security Spirit Busters, one of the other jump stars that recently became an ongoing series.
So then what?
Brad Coleman makes a deal with Mash
Yes.
that he has to enroll in a magic school and
then he
become.
will leave him alone.
Technically, he will leave him alone, but he will actually support him during that.
Yeah.
Because he wants him to become a divine visionary, one of the elite one of the elite students, because he thinks that supposedly a kid without magic can do it, and he does surprisingly well later in the exam, which we will talk about just later. The thing about becoming the divine visionary is that he will then be able to, I guess, change the world and protect the people without magic.
Yeah. Then we got the second chapter, which is already taking place in the School of Magic.
Basically, the snake of the school. Is the examiner, and he's kind of making a Triwizard tournament kind of thing.
At first, it's not like a Triwizard tournament. At first, they answer some questions on a paper.
Test.
Yeah, on a test. The letters were like swarming around the page, and they had to figure out how to straighten them into sentences or something like that.
Mash kind of just intimidates them into doing that.
Yeah.
When he's supposed to levitate a rock, he just punctures it with his thumb and pretends that he's levitating it, and then he keeps running on water, and then it's time for the labyrinth, right?
Yeah, then it's the labyrinth. And right away he meets a girl,
Lemon Irvine,
who is very clumsy at first. Like, she seems very clumsy.
Yeah.
She wants to team up with Mash.
Yeah, because Snape told her that if she was able to hold him off, then he would give her a passing mark.
But that's only we only see that later. She tries to stop Mash with like magic handcuffs.
Yeah.
But he just rips them apart.
And then a sphinx comes along with a surprisingly male-looking body, which is weird since the sphinx is supposed to be female.
Maybe it's like male sphinx. I don't know. Lemon Irvine.
Lemon Irvine, yes.
Lemon Irvine can't answer the question.
Yeah, because she can't focus.
Yeah, and then Mash comes to rescue her. He beats the Sphinx, and they like come through the wall of the labyrinth because they are out of time, or they are running out of time, something like that.
Yeah. And they destroy the whole labyrinth in the process, since, yeah.
And the other students weren't very happy. And they wanted Mash to go home because they were saying that it's a labyrinth, and labyrinth is for being lost in it.
Oh no, I love that moment because they first said, "Oh, well, you can't just go straight through a maze. You have to find the exit." Wait, isn't that a labyrinth? Well, that's just being pedantic. I love the sense of humor in this manga. Some of the jokes seems like they shouldn't land, that they are pretty basic, but I guess the manga puts a spin around them so that they actually kind of work. Sometimes the jokes don't do it for me, but most of the time they do. And the art helps mostly in that regard. What do you think about the art?
I like the art. It's very mobbish.
Mobbish. It's it seems kind of inspired a lot by one's art style, especially since the main character does look a lot more like Mob.
It's like I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes the panels are like very empty, and there is just like 2 panels on it, but it has this impact of being funny.
It makes great use of its space for comedic purposes, I guess.
Something like that.
I've seen a lot of people kind of mistakenly call it bad when it's kind of stylized as simplistic when it needs to be, which only further heightens the comedy. But it's also very visually impressive whenever, for example, MASH has one of his action moments and when he displays his strength. And when, for example, the Dumbledore summons some beasts. Go on, talk about the third chapter. Okay, it's fine. Yeah?
Okay, so it was about... Don't look at me like that. It was about Dumbledore. Who was very scary and wanted to kill a doll, but Marsh didn't want that, and Dumbledore punctured his hand because Marsh just moved his head under the knife or something.
Okay, I didn't get exactly that moment. So what was that doll supposed to represent?
Doll?
Yeah.
Dumbledore said that he can how to say this? Close a soul in it.
Okay, but which soul? Whose soul?
Someone's soul, just
okay.
But he's the only one that can perform this spell in the whole world, and he can close someone's soul in an object, and then if he pierces through this object, the soul cannot return to its body.
So anyway, he kind of passes the test because he wants to protect the weak, just as is the school's motto: regulate the strong and protect the weak. I think that's how it went.
Yeah, and then we have a chapter which starts with the first lesson, I guess.
And it's got thin aims in it, which is, I guess, this manga's run.
Yeah.
And also the equivalent of Malfoy, but I didn't take note of his name.
It was Lloyd something.
Oh yeah, Lloyd Cavil. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's the also known as the Witcher, as Superman, and as Henry VIII's Chad friend. Did you watch the Tudors at any point?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
It was a good. I thought it was a good series when I first watched it. I don't know what I would think about it now.
We're not talking about Tudors now.
Okay then. So what happened in the 4th chapter? Okay.
Okay.
So what happened in it?
It happened that the chapter happened.
Okay.
Marsh was trying to learn how to open a lock with magic, but he opened the lock with his hands, just like.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. And later on, this was also a funny moment when they were having broom training. He just threw the broom and then jumped on it so that it would look like he would fly. Yeah.
Yes. And he broke the world record.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't really think that this manga would do such creative things with its premise, since I've been pretty burned on, how's it called, Black Clover. Yeah, it's also about a kid that can't do magic and then is able to do anti-magic and also trains a lot.
Sir trains a lot.
So not appearing in this film. I can't really talk about this manga without comparing it with Black Clover. So since it's kind of the same premise, but done much better. At least it's got a familiar system of magic that I suppose the reader can understand better. And also we see how they're trained.
And it's like Harry Potter fan fiction.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. We have the same lesson and the same events.
What are you talking about? We haven't ever had a lesson on Alahomora.
We had.
No, we didn't. Just Hermione knew it.
I know.
So anyway, how did you like it overall, and what do you expect out of MASHLE?
More magic and non-magic, and maybe some Voldemort appearing.
Oh yeah, I wonder what the series equivalent of Voldemort is going to be.
Let's see. I don't know what to expect. I prefer not to expect anything, and then it will be like something very interesting will happen, and I will be like, oh, I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition.
It's also a very unexpectable series, and that's why I don't expect anything, because it's hard to expect what will happen.
Unpredictable.
Yes, unexpectable.
What also is unpredictable is the YouTube algorithm, the dark abyss of sorrows and woes from which videos like these never resurface. To help me navigate it, you can subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, or share it on social media. And you can also support us on patreon.com/Wensleydale Cheddar. We don't do only vlogs, but video essays mainly. But also we do vlogs like these as rewards, such as our recent watch through of Cannon Busters. So, Asha, anything that you'd like to throw out there?
No.
I don't know, your DeviantArt or something?
No, I don't want people to look at my DeviantArt. It's dead.
Alright then. So, don't look at Asha's DeviantArt. It's dead. Just like
maybe
we will
my
be
Twitter
one day.
account.
Oh, right. Yeah, your Twitter.
I draw shitty art.
And I'm at Wensleydale Cheddar.